Garlic's bold flavor makes it a culinary favorite, but its lingering after effect, infamous garlic breath, can be a social deterrent. Among the many home remedies suggested to combat this pungent problem, drinking milk is often touted as a quick fix. But does milk actually neutralize garlic breath, or is it just another kitchen myth? This video explores the science behind garlic breath, the role milk might play in alleviating it, and whether this remedy holds up under scrutiny. Garlic breath is caused by sulfur-containing compounds, primarily allyl methyl sulfide, diallyl disulfide, and allyl mercaptan, released when garlic is chopped, chewed, or digested. These volatile compounds are responsible for garlic's distinctive aroma and flavor, but they also linger in the mouth and are absorbed into the bloodstream. Once in the blood, they're exhaled through the lungs, making garlic breath notoriously persistent, sometimes lasting up to 24 hours. Brushing teeth or using mouthwash can reduce oral odor, but systemic compounds like allyl methyl sulfide require more than surface-level solutions. The challenge with garlic breath lies in neutralizing or masking these sulfur compounds. Common remedies like parsley, lemon, or mint aim to overpower the odor or break down sulfur molecules, but their effectiveness is often limited. Milk, however, has emerged as a popular contender due to its unique composition, prompting researchers to investigate whether it can truly tame garlic's stench. Milk contains water, fat, and proteins, each of which could theoretically interact with garlic's sulfur compounds. The idea behind milk as a remedy stems from its ability to coat the mouth and potentially bind or neutralize odor-causing molecules. Studies, such as one published in the Journal of Food Science in 2010, have explored this by examining milk's effect on garlic breath. The research suggests that milk, particularly whole milk, can reduce the concentration of volatile sulfur compounds in the mouth, leading to a noticeable decrease in odor intensity. The fat content in milk is a key player. Sulfur compounds like allyl methyl sulfide are fat-soluble, meaning they can dissolve in the lipids found in whole milk or full-fat dairy products. This interaction may trap some of the compounds before they're released as odor. Additionally, milk's proteins, such as casein, may bind to sulfur molecules, reducing their volatility. Water in milk also helps rinse the mouth, diluting the concentration of odor-causing compounds. The study found that consuming milk before or during a garlic-heavy meal was more effective than drinking it afterward, as it prevents sulfur compounds from lingering in the oral cavity. Not all milk is equally effective. Whole milk, with its higher fat content, around 3.5 to 4%, outperforms skim milk, which has 0 to 1% fat, in reducing garlic breath. The 2010 study noted that whole milk reduced sulfur compound concentrations by up to 50% in some cases, while skim milk had a milder effect. This difference highlights the role of fat in capturing fat-soluble sulfur compounds. However, even skim milk can provide some relief by rinsing the mouth and diluting odors, though it lacks the binding power of fat. To maximize milk's effectiveness, timing matters. Drinking milk during or immediately after eating garlic can prevent sulfur compounds from adhering to oral tissues or being absorbed into the bloodstream. A glass of whole milk with a garlic-heavy meal like pasta with garlic bread might noticeably reduce breath odor compared to consuming garlic alone. However, milk is less effective against systemic garlic breath, odor that persists as sulfur compounds are exhaled from the lungs. Since AMS is metabolized and released over hours, milk can't fully eliminate the problem, only mitigate it. There are also practical drawbacks. Milk's own aftertaste may not appeal to everyone, especially after a savory, garlic-rich dish. For lactose-intolerant individuals or those avoiding dairy, milk isn't a viable option, and alternatives like plant-based milks, such as almond or soy, haven't been studied extensively for this purpose. Additionally, cultural dietary habits may limit milk's use as a go-to remedy in regions where dairy consumption is low. Beyond milk, other remedies for garlic breath include chewing fresh parsley, mint, or apple, which contain enzymes or compounds that may neutralize sulfur odors. Green tea, with its polyphenols, has also shown promise in reducing volatile sulfur compounds, as noted in a 2008 study. Compared to these, milk is more accessible and doesn't require chewing, but its effectiveness is comparable rather than superior. Combining remedies, say drinking milk and chewing mint, might offer better results than any single approach. The milk remedy lacks the deep cultural roots of other garlic breath cures like chewing cloves in Indian cuisine or eating yogurt in Mediterranean traditions. However, anecdotal reports support its use, with many people swearing by a swig of milk after garlic-heavy meals. While not a universal fix, its simplicity and availability make it a practical choice for many. The lack of widespread cultural endorsement may stem from milk's regional dietary prevalence or the fact that garlic breath remedies are often passed down as folk wisdom, rather than studied systematically. Drinking milk, particularly whole milk, can reduce garlic breath by leveraging its fat and protein content to trap and neutralize sulfur compounds in the mouth. While it's most effective when consumed during or right after a meal, it's not a complete cure, especially for systemic odor exhaled through the lungs. The science supports milk as a viable remedy, but its success depends on timing, milk type, and individual tolerance. For those seeking a quick fix for garlic breath, a glass of whole milk is worth a try, though it may work best alongside other remedies like mint or green tea. So, the next time garlic leaves its mark, reach for a glass of milk, but don't expect miracles. The curse of garlic breath, it seems, is one we're destined to battle with a mix of science and persistence.